Natural Pest Solutions Extra Bucks program. Some lucky fan could walk away with $1,000 on a given night, and so you never know what you're going to get. So buy those programs. That's all thanks to the mind of Mike Myhofer. But we're getting ready to go to late model action. 30 laps will be the distance here tonight as the Bob Valenti Automall late models take the green flag. Glenn Riley with another great start. Now we watched Chad Tremblay a little bit earlier in the evening put on a show during his qualifying run. So two great guys at the front of the field duking it out. It looks like Glenn Riley with the advantage.
Mike Klasinski, a factor early on as he sticks his nose underneath the Tremblay car, and it's a battle for fourth and fifth. Larry Goss gets a little wiggly heading into turn one, but Dwayne Knoll able to stick with him.
Yeah, Dwayne Knoll, as you mentioned before, a lot of changes to that car, so we'll keep an eye on him. Larry Goss trying to find some running room behind Klasinski and Chad Tremblay. Good side-by-side racing between the two and the 0-2 as a yellow flag comes out on the back straightaway. We'll have to check the number on that. Looks like it could be Derek.
Humanly possible to get that car back out of the track. He will do it.
Bob Valenti Automall Chevrolet Monte Carlo pace car heads for cover in the infield as we prepare to go back to green flag racing. The restart line situated up in turn number 4, the red mark on the wall. That's where they'll start to look for the green flag and accelerate. Glenn Riley, not his first barbecue when it comes to that restart, and he's out there with a nice jump on Chad Tremblay. Tremblay to the outside. Looks like Glenn Riley to the inside. Klasinski trying to find some running room in the number 70. Decides to pull back for a second and let him sort it out up front as Tremblay goes around in front of Klasinski. That's going to gather up some folks on the infield, and of course, that means once they hit the infield,
they hit water.
It's SeaWorld.
Yeah, Noah didn't get through that much water.
You get racing and mud bogging.
Klasinski actually got out of that pretty cheaply in car number 70 as the 12 turned around and there was chaos outside as a can on the inside. Perhaps the outside groove isn't as fast as it usually is here at the Speedbowl, but that might not make a difference to Larry. We'll find out as we get ready to go back to green flag racing.
Here they are, the Bob Valenti Automall Monte Carlo into the scale area. They're going to make their way back towards the restart line. Glenn Riley and Larry Goss at the front of the field will be setting the pace for the rest of this race. Here comes Glenn Riley as that Chevrolet Monte Carlo out of the blocks very quickly dives to the inside of the track. Making his way around to the outside as Larry Goss. He may settle back in there and follow Glenn for a while, getting that car up to speed. As you can see right now, Skip Brunig and Dwayne Knoll still battling it out. The battle of the twos as they come by the start-finish line. We've got one in.
So apparently the damage that Dwayne Knoll suffered in that last altercation was not severe as he is stampeded his way into the number 3 spot. Side-by-side activity for 4th and 5th, consisting of Mark St. Hilaire and Skip Brunig, and Thomas and LaJoy are right behind them.
Yeah, look at St. Hilaire out there battling it out with Brunig. And Bruce Thomas showed us a whole lot a couple weeks ago when he put that car into the winner's circle. And this is a very talented young driver every time out of the blocks. He's trying to work by Mark St. Hilaire. Russ LaJoy on the high side of Bruce Thomas in that brand new Natural Pest Solutions mosquito car. Looks like he's a very fast automobile tonight as well.
And Larry Goss in trouble in turn 4. Gets bombarded by Alan Coates. So the number 2 man in the points is in trouble. So is McClellan. And Larry Goss. It looked like he and Dwayne Knoll came together. Goss went sideways and he was a sitting duck in turn 4. And Alan Coates, the defending champion, made severe contact with him. Boy, Larry has not had luck in 2003.
Well, he has, but most of it's bad.
And that's exactly what you would call that. We'll see how severe.
I'm making a hard charge to the front of the field. Obviously, Corey Hutchings started in the 15th spot on the Speedway and is moving up towards the top 10 and hopefully a little bit farther. He is currently running in the 7th spot on the speedway. Coming back to the restart line, Glenn Riley once again with a nice start, and Mark St. Hilaire on the outside getting bumped out there as he goes up into the wall. You can see the damage to the right rear of Mark St. Hilaire's automobile as he drifts up above the white line into the marbles once again. This could bring out another yellow flag as St. Hilaire was bumped coming down the front straightaway into the Armco barrier. So
and
looks
that
like
car
Mark will be
finally
able to
comes to
drive.
life.
Terrific way to go.
So our pace car is headed off the pavement, and now we're ready to go racing with Glenn Riley here in the lead in a single file restart.
Going to go back to single file right now as we have a couple cars jumbled up out there. Bruce Thomas trying to find the inside of the track with Skip Brunig. So they're side by side in the battle for second. The Mosquito Solution, number 28 of Russ LaJoy, knocking at the door of Bruce Thomas, as is Diego Monahan on the back of that car. So a chain reaction racing going on out there in the top 5.
And in 6th place, trying to infiltrate the top 5 is Corey Hutchings. Has room, muscle on the bottom as he pulls underneath Skip Brunig. Brunig caught on the outside and give 5th place to Corey.
So once again, Tommy Silva down into the mud and the dirt down there between turns 3 and 4. And let's see if that brings out the yellow. Tommy brings out the yellow as he is backed into the grass down there.
So he got stuck in Alligator Alley out there beyond turn 4 and brings it back onto the speedway. But our 4th caution.
And this one as we draw perilously close to our curfew. Glenn Riley coming back to the restart line. He will be the man in charge of the charge back to the green flag. Coming out of turn number 4, and looks like Glenn's going to hold on to the lead for a little while as Bruce Thomas Jr. is giving chase. Russ LaJoy falling off just a bit in front of Diego Monahan as they try to keep pace with Glenn Riley, who seems they have that Monte Carlo dialed in.
And Corey Hutchings in the number 5 position. We could have a challenge shaping up for the lead between Thomas and Riley in the 99. So we'll see what transpires as they kick up their heels and head for the home stretch. And it's still Riley hanging on by his fingernails. I'm
keeping an eye on this battle between two great young drivers, Brandon Clemens in the 67 and the 17 of Wayne Corey. Wayne Corey, no stranger to the winner's circle in the Bob Valenti Automall late model division, has a very strong car. Looks like he's going to take advantage of a nice outside groove. Alan Coates, driving that wreck of an automobile, will indeed follow his tire tracks.
Well, Alan Coates, whatever is left in that race car, Alan will get the most out of it as he currently sits in the 8th position. And now Bruce Thomas, as the yellow comes out, because the car is stranded in turn 3, bringing out the yellow flag. So that is our 5th yellow of the festivities. Laps.
So tough night for Larry Goss as we continue to try to get this one in the books. Still one feature event left to go in the mini stock division. Of course, Matt was talking about Wild and Wacky Wednesday, one of the best values in motorsports in the area. $5 admission for adults, children 14 and under admitted. This may end up being a war of attrition.
Well, it's a war, that's for sure. And right now, the leading general is Glenn Riley in car number 99. As we are inching closer to our restart, the decibel level goes up, and Riley reestablishes himself in the lead.
Here they are, single file coming down around the Waterford Speedbowl, and the pace begins to quicken as Glenn Riley trying to run away from the rest of the field. He has some great drivers right behind him. Bruce Thomas jumping to the inside, trying to take over the lead. He's not going to get it this time as Glenn Riley slams the door, trying to maintain that lead, which he has held from the green flag.
And it's Russell LaJoy tap dancing on the back bumper of Bruce Thomas. Double file battle behind them. On the bottom is Diego Monahan. And here comes Corey Hutchings looking for racing room.
Yeah, Corey Hutchings trying to hook up on the outside with the number 36 as he tries to get behind Diego Monahan. Both good veteran drivers out there. Diego trying to hold on to his spot. Corey working that back bumper, moving to the inside, trying to pick up the spot. And that's a great battle out there, Matt, for fourth on the speedway.
A crafty move by Hutchings as he got some elbow room underneath Diego Monahan. It appears when they flash by the stripe that Corey Hutchings will be in fourth place.
So that battle was over at that point, but I don't think the war's done yet because Diego Monahan, a very cagey driver. This field could bunch up pretty quickly towards the front. As you can see, Glenn Riley, Bruce Thomas, Russ LaJoy, and of course Corey Hutchings battling it out up there, and they battle allows Diego to move up valuable real estate towards the front of the field.
Well, Corey Hutchings has got 15 laps in which to make his move, and it's going to be interesting to see how he gets around Russell LaJoy, a pretty solid competitor. The first 5 drivers are single file deep in the pack. Skip Bruning trying to hold on to his spot against Alan Coates. So Alan Coates making a little bit of a resurgence on the outside, but still can't get by the 0-2.
Well, that was a great 2-car battle going on between Bruning and Coates, and now it's going to be a 3-way battle as Wayne Corey in the number 17 tries to drop to the inside and move up towards the front of the field. He's got to get by Bruning and Coates in order to do so. Already a feature winner in 2003 with a 17. He's kind of hemmed in out there, Matt. The real estate's not going to come easy for that great young driver out of Milford.
Now it's a 36 of Corey Hutchings. He went outside, couldn't get any grip out there, and went back in behind Russell LaJoy. It's very hard tonight, Mark, to get some grip on the outside lane, which makes what Alan Coates is doing pretty remarkable.
Yeah, the track may be dry, but it had to cool off after that rain, so that makes the grip very, very tough. It looked like for a while there he's going to be able to run on the outside groove with those Hoosier tires. Meanwhile, Glenn Riley continues to lead this one, and he is hopeful of a green the checker win, but he's got some great competition behind him. Bruce Thomas Jr. has been trying to make his move throughout the evening. He's been working that back bumper, trying to find a lane to go through. And a few moments ago, he may have had
there
it as
goes
Glenn
Riley.
Talk about a chain reaction out there as he comes out onto the track. And some great driving by the number 2 of Dwayne Knoll to avoid what could have been a devastating collision.
It looked like, I think, Knoll just grazed him, though.
And that could have been a very, very bad in front of the field as well. The number 98 making his move towards the front. That's Alan Coates. Started the night in second place in the point standings behind Corey Hutchings, trying to prove on that after having an altercation earlier in the feature event. They're going to come back to the restart line. Bruce Thomas Jr. holding up for the moment, then trying to sprint away from the rest of the field. LaJoy will have none of it, sticking right on his back bumper as he tries to chase him down as they go around the Speedbowl. But look who's right behind LaJoy, trying to make a move as well. Corey Hutchings, time ticking down in this one, laps ticking down in this one, as Bruce Thomas will hold on for another lap in the lead.
Corey Hutchings trying to ram his way underneath Russell LaJoy. It looks like he is going to complete the move.
So Russ LaJoy to the high side, Corey Hutchings to the inside, side by side as they try to chase down Bruce Thomas Jr. Looks like Russ LaJoy will have the advantage this time around in the number 28. And so this is going to turn out to be a great battle right down to the end. Those 2 cars side by side in second spot, Matt.
Boy, Russ LaJoy doing a great job running the outside, but eventually Hutchings is going to take over and yank that number 2 spot away from the 28.
Yeah, you know the horsepower and handling always there late in the race for the number 36. That's been the way it's been all season. But the man to beat right now, Bruce Thomas Jr. in the 35, out in front of the field, going for his second straight feature win in the late model division, as we have Dwayne Knoll running on the inside. He's going to take a black flag and take it into the infield as he has a tire down on the right rear.
Well, Corey Hutchings gaining ground on Bruce Thomas. So here comes Hutchings, less than 5 laps to make his move, but it looks like that Thomas lead is shrinking.
So Bruce Thomas trying to hold on by the skin of his teeth, this time by 4 laps left to go. In our late model feature, as we can see, Corey Hutchings trying to work the back bumper of Thomas out there in the front. Russ LaJoie holding on for the moment in the Natural Pest Solutions number 28. As that's a great battle of the top 3. Diego Monahan on the outside trying to get in as he tries to draw ever so close to our top 3.
It's very simple strategy for Bruce Thomas. Do not let Corey Hutchings get underneath him. And that's what Thomas would try to pull off with 2 laps to go.
Hugging that inside white line as the laps tick down. 2 laps shown to the field by Hank Scarpa. This one's going to come right down to a battle at the end. Let's see what Bruce Thomas can do to hold off the charge of our points leader right on his back bumper. That's Corey Hutchings in the number 36. Tries to work to the outside groove, nothing there. Tries the inside, he finds the back bumper of Thomas, trying to hold him off. Here they come back down. It looks like Bruce Thomas Jr. for the win, followed by Corey Hutchings. Russ LaJoie coming in 4th will be Diego Monahan. Rounding out your top 5 will be Skip Bruning. And you can see the folks making their way down towards the gate. They'll be joining Matt Buckler trackside as he will talk out onto the track to talk to our winner, Bruce Thomas Jr., the winner of tonight's Bob Valenti Automall late model feature. Let's turn it over to Matt.
Well, Bruce Thomas is being congratulated by everybody here as he just completes his 2nd straight win at the Waterford Speedbowl. And he climbs out of the car. Here he is, the driver of car number 35, Blazing Bruce Thomas Jr. And this is one happy driver. Bruce, considering the talent that's in this late model field, how satisfying is it to win back-to-back features?
I was going to be happy enough with a good solid finish from the back of the pack. You start up front here and you win, and you actually hear a lot of grief about starting up front, being able to do well. So it feels real good to be able to do it from the back. Did it a couple times in the past 3 weeks, and I'd like to thank my crew. Without them, there's no way I'd get this car here every week. JMD chassis, great car, great motor. Arsan floor sanding. George Metcalf from LeBlanc's Auto. Sanford Plumbing. You know that thing pours on the coals, Johnny. American Billiards, just everybody that helped me. I appreciate it a lot. And hopefully we'll get hit one more time. I don't want to be spoiled.
Corey Hutchings was breathing down your fire suit there at the end. What was your strategy to hold him off?
Well, my first strategy was to try and pull away, but that wasn't happening. Every time I went in real hard, I found myself chasing the car up the whole track. So, hey, spotter came across and said, just hold it down. If he's got to go up top. So that's what I did. I just held it down.
And that's the secret as he won his 2nd straight win, Bruce Thomas Jr. So that's the story of the late models as we set it back upstairs to Mark.
Thanks a lot, man, and congratulations, 2 in a row for the driver of the number 35.